Is this budget XLR mic a competitor? Is it worth it? Let's take a look. Yo, what is up all around Antics gang? It's your boy Smoke. I hope everybody's doing well. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Maono's newly released budget XLR microphone, the PD100. This microphone was released Thursday, November 3rd at a whopping $50. I'd have released the video sooner, but I wanted to take a week to thoroughly test the microphone so I could provide the best and most valuable feedback possible. So first things first, let's take a look at the build quality. So as you can see, it's got an all metal build with a metal or steel mesh grill. It has a metal stand that you can mount on a boom arm, which stay tuned. Later on in this video, we will get to that. It just unscrews off the body like this. And then boom. You can mount it to a boom arm. On the bottom of the base of the stand, you do have these little slip resistant pads, so it prevents your mic from slipping. And part of the build quality section, I will mention that it does come with a very sturdy and durable XLR cable. I just want to stop real quick to say if you're enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot. And stay tuned for the sound test. Which, speaking of sound test, let me know down in the comments how you guys think it'll sound. Lock in your answers now. But here, let's go briefly look at the specs. For the type of microphone, this is a dynamic microphone. For its polar pattern, it's a cardioid polar pattern. It has a frequency response of 60 Hz to 14 kHz. This is the sensitivity. It has a maximum sound pressure level or SPL of 132 decibels. Like said, it's an XLR microphone, so it has an XLR audio output. What are we waiting for? Let's get into the sound test. Alright, so this is how the mic sounds. I have it on the desk stand for the sake of this video. Usually I keep my mics on a boom arm, which we'll get to right after this. Only due to the fact that I want this to be as bare bones as possible. I have the provided XLR cable and the provided desk stand. Obviously your heights may vary. You could be lower, you could be closer, you could be further. We'll get into the distance when we do the proximity test. I do have this routed through the Evo 4, only due to the fact that it has a smart gain feature. It made things a lot easier for the video. And it's a great interface for starters, but I will recommend that here later on in the video. So for now, this is what it sounds like on the stand. But let's take a look at the plosives. Now from back here, Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers, but we will also do the plosives and proximity on the boom arm. If it was to be up close, this is how it would handle. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. Or maybe even closer, Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. So as I pull my chair down, this is talking right up close to the mic. Say 3 inches or so away from the mic. It's maybe a foot or so away from the mic. And as we progressively get further and further without my voice changing at all. Now let's take a look at the sound, how it handles plosives and proximity on a boom arm. Alrighty, now I'm back. This is what it sounds like on a boom arm. Of course, for me with dynamic microphones, the closer you have them to your mouth without being like all up on them, the better it sounds. So keeping between 3 to 6 inches away from a dynamic microphone, especially on a boom arm, you're ultimately going to get the best sound because the closer you are to it, the less room is picked up. The further away, the more the room is picked up. When you're in an untreated room like I am now, trust me, you don't want all of that being reflected back in your audio via reverberation or anything like that. Let's take a look at the plosives real quick. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. This is speaking directly into the mic. Maybe if I speak a little above it or to the corner like Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers, or above it, Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peppers. Now let's take a look at proximity. Right here, naturally about 3 to 6 inches away from the microphone. But as you get further back, of course, it's going to do the same thing it did on the stand. So I recommend you definitely utilize a boom arm, or if it's on a desk, you kind of keep it close to yourself. As far as my opinion, let's start with what I like or the pros of this microphone. So me and others have noticed the clear sound, how budget friendly it is, so it's fairly affordable. Comes with its stand, which to some would be obvious. Obviously it needs to come with something, though I have had microphones that didn't come with anything at all, and I had to buy at least a boom arm or a stand to use the microphone. So it's really nice that this one came with one, especially one that has pads at the bottom to make it slip resistant. And it also came with the XLR microphone, which is really nice for those starting out because it's one less thing you have to get when starting your podcast, stream, gaming, anything of that nature. The cons of this microphone, honestly, I couldn't really find too many, especially taking its price into consideration. Regardless of the price, I think we all kind of know what the downside to this microphone is, and ultimately, it's the plosives. Can't expect much for a $50 microphone. especially an XLR microphone. I think it's a game changer, but on the contrary, depending on your budget, for a $50 XLR mic, which is a great price for an XLR microphone, especially of this quality, not even $30 extra, and either get you another stand, one that maybe adjusts height. There's some kits that come with boom arms, and they come with windscreens to avoid the plosives. For me, I really like the construction of this microphone, how the grill looks and things like that. So having something like this, preferably not red, looking like a clown nose, you'll commonly find the black ones. I don't really like the idea of it covering the mic. While yes, something like this helps with the plosives, or at least I would assume helps with the plosives, I still don't like that it's covering the grill of the microphone and it kind of just sticks out like that. If that is your style or your preference, you like the old school radio vibes, so be it, and go and get one of these. But I did find one that clips onto a specific stand just like this, and it's a tiny little circular one that goes right in front of the microphone, so you could still maintain your minimalistic look while seeing your whole microphone and it's not covered by anything. But opinions aside, let's get into the overall. So I'd say if you're just starting out content creation, podcasting, streaming, or even gaming, if you choose to go the XLR route while just gaming, though I don't see that as a necessity, a USB mic will do you just fine. But for content creators, streamers, podcasters, things of that nature who want an upper hand or an advantage with their audio, I say that this microphone held up very well and exceeded my expectations. If you have the funds to spare after buying an interface, which I would recommend, the Evo 4 is a great starter one, especially those who don't know too much about gain or audio. It has a smart gain feature, but I will cover that when I do a review of my Evo 4 audio interface. Also, from my personal experience, recommend the Focusrite Solo 3rd Gen, and even Maono has ones of their own. I haven't tried these yet, though I want to, as I've had my eye on these for a while, but you can try the Maono Caster AME2 or the Maono Caster AM200. Hopefully in the future I can get my hands on either one or both of these interfaces to review as well individually, and then maybe do a showdown between my Evo 4 Focusrite and one or if not both of those Maono interfaces. Just a sneak peek into the future videos, I've kind of had my eyes on the PD100X, which is both XLR and USB. I'd love to do an individual review on that and then eventually put it up against my MV7. Maybe even get FineFine's K658, as all three of these microphones I just listed are both USB and XLR, but they come from various price points, whereas the FineFine is the cheapest, Maono is the second cheapest, and then the MV7 would be the most expensive. So fingers crossed we'll get to do those in the future as well. But I've held you guys long enough and I appreciate those that stayed until this point. Let's get to the outro. And that will be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a like if you haven't already. Hit that sub with the bell not only to keep up with content but be the first one to see my videos. Please do let me know what you guys think down below of the video overall, microphone, everything like that. The more feedback I get from you guys and engagement, the better it makes me as a creator. And ultimately I want to be the best I can for you guys. These are all free ways to support me. It doesn't cost you anything, so why not? It truly means a lot. Without you guys I wouldn't be able to do the things I'm doing. And with that being said, I love you all truly. Smokes out.